Listen, hey guys, how y'all doing? It's your girl Root. Welcome back to another series, subject, whatever it may be. But yeah, I was thinking about through the years how have strange phenomenons at night, especially feeling some type of way sexually, thoughts, whatever. And so I decided to look up a lot of stuff, and I found I said cyber rape, okay. Then I looked that up, and it says WTF's interpretation of this phenomenon is interesting and wrong-headed in itself, but normally such modifications require consent from the other player. In other words, you can only get raped if you want to. Okay, then we have cyber rape, the act of raping one via the internet, analogous to cyber sex, except one of the two people does not want the sexual oriented messages. The receiving party feels harassed and scared as the cyber rape makes vulgar posts like "Show me your jumbies, bitch. I'm gonna cock you, cock you so hard." Now that's the ones that's verbally that they're doing online. Um, a rape in cyberspace, or how an evil clown of, they say, Haitian trickster spirit, two wizards and a cast of dozen, turn the database into a society, is an article written by a freelance journalist. Then there's another one, Spectrophilia, SPEC. I usually wrote it out. Because I'm thinking about your kids also. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there were right there. Is a sexual attraction to ghosts or sexual arousal from images in the mirror, as well as the alleged phenomenon of sexual encounters between ghosts and humans. That word is a fetus that is classified as a paraphilia, in which one is attracted to ghosts or spirit. That word fantasizes about ghosts and often imagine scenarios involving sexual events between themselves and others and spirits. Uh, is a fetus that is classified as, okay, right there. Then we got the succubus incubus. Most of us know about that. Western folklore, the succubus is a demon or evil spirit who takes on a female human form to seduce men. The succubus most commonly seduces men through intercourse. The succubus is said to take semen from the male for use in impregnating a woman. So she take it from her and impregnate somebody else. The counterpart of the succubus is the incubus. The incubus is a demon that is said to take on a male human form. The incubus, much like the succubus, is said to seduce women into sex with the object of impregnating a woman with its semen. The belief that succubus and incubus are spirits or ghosts that have sexual intercourse with men and women. Remember, I told y'all about the Archon, if y'all looked at that as well, the Mars. Okay. Um, the Martians. The counterpart of succubus is the incubus. The incubus is a demon that is said to take a male human form. Okay, I read that. In folklore, many cultures have folklore involving spirits having sexual relations with humans, including Arabic, Greek, Hindu, and Celtic cultures. Evidence. No science evidence has been documented on the phenomenon of this, though it has become a frequent talk about subject among ghost hunters, including ghost adventures and travel channels such as Ghostly Lovers. Okay, okay. Several films have dealt with the concept. Ghostbusters, The Entity, Star Trek, The Next Generation, Ghosts, Scary Movie 2, Dust Maiden. Okay, then I found Uh, virtual rape is traumatic. Virtual rape, okay? And they said it's traumatic, but it is a crime. Last month, two Belgian publications reported that the Brussels police have begun an investigation into citizens' alleged whatever of rape, alleged chase, that word right there, of rape in a second life. Second life. I am half convinced that the tantalizing brief story printed in and whatever newspaper this is a hoax or an April Fool's joke, yet it has prompted several threads. Last month, two uh, reported that the Brussels police have begun an investigation to a citizen allegedly raped. I am happy, okay, we did that. Yet it has prompted another. Unfortunately, rape is in a virtual space is not unheard of, and I'm not talking about consensual rape built into some games, although if you're interested in that database, okay. There's a question that forces online sexual activities, whether through text, animation, molest scripts, or other means, is real and is traumatic experience that can have a profound and unpleasant aftermath, shaking your faith in yourself and in the community and the platform, even on sex itself. A law states that an adult subjecting a teenager or child to sex words, images, or suggestions on the internet is preying on their mental and emotional state in a sexual way. Even if you never try to meet the minor in person, and even if you never touch them or expose your naked self to them, it is a crime to attempt to engage sexually with a minor. It is a criminal offense to sexually arouse a child on the internet. How can we say it is not possible to rape an adult online? But I have a hard time calling it rape or believing it's matter for the police. No matter how disturbed you are by brutal sexual attack online, you cannot equate it to shivering in a hospital with an assaillant sweat or other excretion still damped on your body. So he's saying you can't actually see it. Nobody can see it, but you know it happened. That's not to say I dismiss the trauma a person suffers after being raped online. Virtual rape is not just a prank. One, the target needs to get over or expect as part of a role-playing world. If you are inclined to poo-poo this, first read author Julian Diblin's chapter about rape that occurred in a text-only move in the early 90s. A virtual rape is by definition sudden, exploited, often devastating. If you never immerse yourself in an online life, you might not realize the emotional availability it takes to be a regular member of an internet community. The psychological aspects of relating are magnified because the physical aspects are almost removed. Even regular users might not realize how wide open they are until something drastic happens. They fall in love, get dumped, have a huge fight, or get attacked in the online parallel of rape. In their context, a sexual assault can indeed have a deep impact on a person's life, especially if they are actual rape survivors. Some suggest that the best way to deal with virtual rape is to ignore it or simply log off and come back as another user. But in a game, you don't want to lose the long term investment you made in your character. And these days, your real world income or financial reputation can depend on your online self. In a 3D marketplace, your avatar's name is your brand. You can change the appearance of your cartoon without much impact, but changing your name makes it too difficult for the customer or clients to find you. If an online environment becomes too hostile, scary, or causes you such great anxiety you cannot work or interact with friends, more has been taken from you than your playtime. Your friends will gather around to give you emotional support, but your customers will wander off and shop elsewhere. Adult communities, faculties, faculates our need to go deeper into our sexual selves, even into secret places around gender and taboos that we cannot acknowledge anywhere else. We feel safe because of, um, um, I can't say that word, blend of disclosure and anonymity provided in online communities, and we journey along paths we might not even glance at in the physical world. We don't expect to have our control wrenched away, or our minds assaulted, or even intensified intensity of our anguish and after. The truth is, anywhere people gather, we bring all of our potential with us for love, for sex, for community and creation, and for violence and destruction. That's why we still enjoy pondering whether cyber sex is real sex and whether an online after is more or less damaging to a relationship than a physical after affair. Affair, I'm sorry. Online affair, a physical affair. It is a tactic acknowledge that while the time space continuum may change, people don't. Rape is ultimate perversion of sexual intimacy. Like sex, rape has mental and emotional elements that go beyond the body, and the damage to the mind and spiritual generally takes much longer to heal than the body. But that doesn't make the psychological upheaval of virtual rape any more near the trauma of real rape. And I can't see us making virtual rape a matter for the real life police. It's a shitty thing to do to someone, but it's not a crime. How you figure that's not a crime? You must be doing it. Okay, let's see. I got one more I found. Soul ties. Soul ties, sex continence, satanic coding, and spiritual spouse syndrome. It says part 5. I need to find other parts. They project filthy dreams of having sex, kissing, caressing, pregnancy, and delivery of babies, looking at the nakedness of opposite sex. These dreams are given in order to defile one's spirit. Broken engagement, anytime the spirit spouse makes love to them. Their physical proposer will break off the engagement. Wrong marriage to agents. They are responsible for ungodly soul ties between people. Miscarriages and barrenness. This happens the moment the spirit spouse sleeps with the victims. Violent and long sex molestation in the night with the spirit spouse. These unending sex episodes leave the victim physically drained and weak. Sickness and disease, chronic poverty, wet dreams, spirit children, divorce and multiple remarriages, poor spiritual performance with your real spouse. Some men may lose the power to gain erection, and their organs are always flaccid and weak during intercourse, while the woman becomes fragile and uninterested. Strong lust and uncontrollable sex drive. They can initiate people into strange caverns or cults. Once the spirit spouse starts sleeping with his victim, he or she might find himself in strange places in the water or forest or other strange places. Ain't that something? Spiritual spouses can come to people in their dreams, and the victim is unconscious of what is going on. By the time he or she awakens, the dreams are erased from their memory. Such unconscious encounters feed the victim with the spirit of lust. They also can come in a conscious manner in a dream. I got a dream catcher in my room. Okay. Uh, Such unconscious encounters feed the victim with the spirit of lust. They also can come in a conscious manner in a dream. I think they come at somebody you like, you admire, and they come as that person too. They also can come in conscious matter in a dream. However, there have been several cases of spirit spouses that come physically, have sex physically, and even marry and raise physically possessed children. The main assignment of spirit spouse is to pollute and ultimately destroy the material life of humans. That's the entity. The journey into spiritual marriage begins with a spiritual engagement, courtship, and then marriage engagement. Love gifts are handed over to the victim in a dream. Drowning is paid. What is it? Drownery. I don't know what that is. DROW is paid and marriage certificates are signed. Before you know, before you know it, the person sees himself or herself living in the same apartment with the spirit spouse and bearing children. Freedom from spiritual perversion. Now they're talking about stuff in the Bible. It's a lot of stuff that's in the Bible that talks about a lot of this too. Um, for instance, Jesus' mom. Now they say there was a God that's also an entity that got her pregnant. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. That's on y'all. But I thought that was pretty interesting because that's not right. And people know so many rituals these days until they can do that kind of stuff. Defy your privacy and come to you in a dream. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get back to this thing. Um, Here's the definition of dance. In Christian belief, we condemn by God. Can a human use rituals to come in a spirit to rape another human? Everything you need to know about ghost sex, fear in the dark, the use of witchcraft to control human trafficking. The use of, let's do the first one. Everything you need to know about ghost sex, the cut. If you're tired of putting up with all the hassle endemic to having sex with a corporeal being, or if you ever dreamed of simulating a relationship without actually having to touch another human, there's another option that might satisfy you: banging ghosts. Hey, if it worked for Demi Moore, or remember in Ghost, one last night's Nicole Richie met Pam Nigger, a witch who says she's the foremost expert on ghost sex. Nigger has made a career out of being a celebrity medium and a prominent thinker in the field of sacrophilia, what I said earlier, that word right here at the top. A fetish or condition where people display a strong sexual attraction to ghosts and spirits. Of course, this isn't the first time ghost sex has made its way to TV. Okay, now I'm not talking about that. Okay, let's go back to the other one. Fear in the dark. Damn, it will give me a big old paragraph. Fear in the dark, the use of witchcraft to control human trafficking victims and sustain vulnerability. The vulnerable is silent social disease. Many societies live with it and do not take firm, sustained actions to face it until the consequences erupt in violent and dramatic forms. The use of cultural superstitions and occult rituals is a powerful means to control a human trafficking victim and reaches to the depths of one's psychological vulnerability, combined with other conditions that render a person vulnerable to being trafficked, such as poverty, lack of opportunity, and violent conflict. An individual can become so frightened by the omnipotent powers of the spirit world as to be rendered entirely incapable of resisting criminal acts and human rights violation. In fact, involving witchcraft to assert control and Coercion. This word right here is I don't know if y'all can see the words I'm doing. Is so insidious in many cultures that even once victims have been identified and removed from a trafficking situation by state authorities, there is no guarantee that this will provide sufficient protection for the victim to cooperate. The article explores the use of witchcraft and human trafficking, the vulnerabilities that cause women and children to become human trafficking victims, and the duty of states to prevent the use of witchcraft in the com- com- commission of crimes. Looks at the element vulnerable of human trafficking crimes. So this has to do with human trafficking. Wow. Facts are characterized as push and pull factors. The push factors that compel people to seek to improve their personal and economic situations to include high unemployment, poverty, discriminatory labor markets. So this helps with them to be able to take you and do whatever the F they want to. No. Believe that demons have sex with humans runs deep in Christian. Humiliation, degradation, dehumanization, human dignity. What's that mean? We can go to it. It won't go to it. Humiliation, degradation, dehumanization, human dignity. What ghost rape teaches us about what rape actually is: sexual and spiritual possession, spiritual laws. I know they're not gonna put everything. I should have looked in DuckDuckGo, but yeah, just wanted to share that, y'all. Okay, I thought that was very important. I already did my other part on sex, so I found this part too. And so if you feel like something going on, you right. Okay, feel like you have some children or hear some crying, or you're not crazy. Okay, the spiritual world as a whole. No, it's not only good, it's bad too. You know. So, and then we got humans who know about all this stuff. And they don't have to be no big time stars to do that. They don't have to be no big time people. We got regular folks who know how to do this. Okay. All right, y'all. I thought it was interesting. It's another sexual thing. Okay. But I got a dream catcher. All right, love y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. Hope it helps in some type of way. Okay. All right, love y'all. Bye.